hello and welcome everyone to the first semi-final of India Quiz edition of Quizzing with the Comedians. We started with 16 participants and now we are down to 8 after 4 quarterfinals. First things first, Gopal Dutt qualified for semi-final earlier if you saw the quarterfinal 4. But despite our best efforts to match his schedule and everything, we went to him a lot of times. We tried to figure things, but we could not. And hence we have a surprise for all of you. The person who was right after Gopal Dutt in the quarterfinal has made it to the semi-final. It has literally happened for the first time in the history of Quizzing with the Comedians. So great start to semi-finals. Okay, let's begin the semi-finals. As is the tradition, I thank people before every semi and final. So let me start with my short thank you note. Before the first semi-final, I want to thank all the participants ever who have come on Quizzing with the Comedians. I appreciate the effort it takes to participate here, the time that I seek from all of you. And, what is this quiz without participants? It will just be a podcast where I sit and rant facts. When we started Quizzing the Comedians offline edition, we just needed 3 comedians and we did it for a few months. And then once the idea of online edition tournament came, we wanted 32 comedians and then 16 more and then 32 more and then 16 more. And we used to often wonder whether people will say yes to this. But literally, this is the 6th edition right now and barely 1 or 2 people have said no to this, which is overwhelming, which is a great testimony to the fact that there are people who would come here just to support quizzing, just to have fun, just to do this for all of you who watch this. And also people are secure enough to come here regardless of whether they win, they lose, or how much they score. They just keep coming to have fun. And that is something that I really appreciate amongst all the participants who come here. Okay, let's start the first semi-final. I'm going to call all the participants one by one. The first participant is had a really good quarterfinal. He was in the first quarterfinal and dominated that quarterfinal. Give it up for one of Bookie's favorite, Anirban Dasgupta.
Hello.
Hello, Anirban. Hi.
I've again come to open the batting.
Always. Always. Okay. On that note, someone who said he got lucky, but I don't think he did. He played really well in his quarterfinal, which was the second quarterfinal, and came second by a very small margin actually. So had a great quiz earlier. It's always an honor to call him in Quizzing the Comedians. Give it up for Devaiah Bopan.
What's up, KV? See, you were telling about people being secure and all that. I'm here because I'm insecure. Last time I scored 0. And I think the sports edition and YouTube was very kind. So that's why I came this time. I'm prepared also. I went through the Prime Minister's list, President's list, and I know Anirban's going to whoop our ass here most probably. But yeah, that's the plan. Anirban, I know all Prime Ministers, by the way.
Okay. Like I was watching all the quarterfinals yesterday, and अगर मैं कोई और quarterfinal में होता ना, पक्का out हो जाता. बच गया मैं थोड़ा.
Thanks, Dev. Yeah, we know you scored 0 once. In there has to be one quizzing question much later where we'll have a list of people who scored 0. You know, you connect this exhaustive list. And wow. Cool. Okay. Answer is not AIB because that will not be exhaustive. Okay. On that note, like I said in the intro, someone who I legit spoke to him today morning saying, man, you missed it again by such a small margin. It's so much fun to host you. I can't wait to host you in the next edition. And we said, oh, next time we plan karenge, I'll call you. And within a few hours, he's here in this very edition because of twist of fate, which is one of the beautiful things about life. Give it up for Shivankit Parihar.
Hi. So thank you so much. So yeah, this is a trivia. X is the first wildcard entry of Quizzing with Comedians.
Yes.
So you can answer.
Yeah, you look like Goran Ivanisevic also, Shiva.
Ganja.
Ganja Goran Ivanisevic. Okay. On that note, someone who made his debut, the only debutant in Quizzing the Comedians and destroyed as a debut, greatest debut since Hrithik Roshan in Kauna Pyara in 2000. Give it up for Sunny Hinduja.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Love the
again.
introduction. Thank you.
All the best to all of you, Anirban, Dev, Shivankit, and Sunny. Let's begin. Question number 1 to Anirban. Anirban, I'm talking about a certain state government. The concerned state government lined up a series of interventions to be implemented year-wise under the Sustainable Action for Carbon Resilient Development, SACRED. As we know, we are obsessed with acronyms of late. SACRED project launched in 2016 to make it India's first carbon neutral district months after the 480 square kilometer river island, which is also the world's biggest river island, was declared a district. The roadmap for the project has been developed by IORA Ecological Solutions, an environmental finance, policy advisory, and project development group. In 2020, the project planned 3 micro solar grids, solar rooftop for the administration building, 200 electric cars, carbon cess on transport, putting it on the threshold of becoming the first carbon neutral district of India. Which district is this? Essentially, we are looking at a district that's trying to be the first carbon neutral district in India, and they're making a lot of efforts regarding this. But the biggest clue I feel is that this is also the world's biggest river island. Okay, what place are we talking
Some district in Kerala.
about? No, passing to Dev.
Amravati.
No, passing to Shivankit.
Exactly district I don't know, but I'm guessing, is it Goa?
Not Goa. No, passing to Sunny.
I know it is in Northeast, but I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
In Assam or Assam?
What's the district?
Assam. हाँ ये तो स्टेट हो गया ना. Assam. कैपिटल का नाम भूल गया मैं उसके. हैं?
कोई गेस है?
मुझे बाकी सब क्या आ रहे हैं कैपिटल ना. मणिपुर का, इम्फाल, ये सब आ रहे हैं. असम ही है उसका, मतलब कैपिटल ही है, बट आई एम नॉट गेटिंग द नेम.
ठीक है, we'll take one more round starting with Anirban. So yeah, Assam is a good track for all of you. The world's biggest river island is in Assam, in the river Brahmaputra. The island name starts with M. Okay, M for Mumbai. We'll take a quick round with Anirban and then close this.
Seems like a good place to have weekender.
Pass.
Passing to Dev.
Pass.
Shivankit.
No idea.
Sunny.
तो इसी ट्रैक पे हूँ. याद ही नहीं आ रहा. बिल्कुल याद नहीं आ रहा.
ठीक है, okay, no problem. Majuli is world's biggest river island, which is in India.
Okay.
So no one got this, but I want to give part points to Sunny. At least he went to Assam on this, so I'm giving 2 points to Sunny, which, as we know in quizzing, can become very, very crucial later.
Oh, I thought Majuli Bangladesh में है. मेरे को पता था कि बेटा Bangladesh.
Oh, नहीं, Majuli Assam में, India में.
Okay.
So my answer is the farthest.
We started from the south, then I came to Amravati, then we went.
Yeah. Sunny got 2 points, which means it will be Anirban's direct again. Okay. Probably the greatest Indian conman ever, Mithilesh Kumar Srivastava, has even been compared to legends like Frank Abagnale of Catch Me If You Can fame. He was infamous for having sold national landmarks like the Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, Rashtrapati Bhavan, and even the Parliament House, along with the members of Parliament. A master of disguises and an escape genius, he was jailed 9 times and managed to escape each time. After his last escape attempt, he disappeared and he hasn't been found since. By what famous nickname do we know him? Because name, of course, is Mithilesh Kumar Srivastava. But what's the famous nickname do we know him? That has inspired characters played by Amitabh Bachchan and more recently Imran Hashmi.
And I know this, but I have just blanked out.
Yeah, answer escaped his mind.
Oh man.
Hasn't been found since. Okay, Anirban?
Pyare Lal.
No, Dev?
No, I'll just go for it. Bunty.
Not Bunty. Shivankit?
This is Natwarlal.
This is Natwar Lal.
Oh.
Yes.
Natwar Lal is correct. Shivankit gets 10 points. Natwar Lal, the famous Natwar Lal. Amitabh had a movie called Natwar Lal. Even Imran Hashmi did a movie that had the word Natwar Lal in the title. Okay, Shivankit gets the first 10 points of the first semi-final, which means the next direct will be to Sunny. We are again going back to an Indian state. The Konyaks, an isolated ethnic group defined culturally by their head hunting practice and elaborate facial tattoos, as you can see on the screen. When they used to attack the villages of rival tribes, it was a tradition to rip off their victims' heads. Those who returned home with the heads would be revered as warriors. It was believed that human heads exuded a mystical force that would bring prosperity and benefit local crops. The different tattoos worn by a person conveyed his or her status, position, stage of life, and achievements in Konyak society. Okay. All I want you to tell me is which Indian state do the Konyaks belong to?
I have a guess. Nagaland?
Yeah, that is correct. Nagaland it is. 10 points to Sunny on Nagaland, which means next direct will be to Anirban. Anirban, with COVID-19 infections showing no signs of abating, the traditional practice of dash, okay, I'm talking about a certain practice, is helping people in Mizoram and Manipur maintain social distancing while also aiding farmers in running their businesses. Known as Galo Da in Mizoram, these things work solely on the principle of trust. These are also found in the hill district of Ukhrul in Manipur. What are these things? Basically, I'm talking about a certain practice that is there in Mizoram and Manipur. It's been there since quite some time, not because of COVID. In fact, because of COVID infections and like social distancing and etc., this traditional practice is actually helping a lot of people maintain social distancing and also aiding farmers to continue running their businesses. This is also something that works solely on trust. What practice are we talking about?
Something to do with payment, like later, like you can pay later, money basically.
Something to do about paying later. No, I'm looking for a very okay, we'll see. I'm going to Dev.
Same line. Not using currency. No currency exchange.
No, going to Shivankit.
Is this some kind of their folk and traditional mask which they use while?
Okay, traditional mask types. No. Going to Sunny.
इन्होंने क्या आंसर दिया बाकी लोगों ने?
अनिर्बान ने बोला कि पेमेंट लेटर टाइप का कोई चीज. देवैया ने बोला कि एक करेंसी वहां पे नहीं होता है, लाइक बिना करेंसी के लोग एक्सचेंज करते हैं. शिवांकित ने बोला कोई ट्रेडिशनल मास्क पहनते हैं जो मास्क की तरह काम करता है.
तो ये न्यागलू है बोलते हैं उसको.
हाँ, वहां पे ऐसा बोलते हैं उसको. करेक्ट.
न्यागलू नागालैंड को नहीं बोलते हैं?
पता नहीं.
उसका पढ़ा था मैंने कहीं, फिर उससे कुछ बन नहीं रहा है. पता नहीं भाई.
Pass. Okay. 5 points. We'll start with Anirban again. Basically, these are things that you see on their highways a lot in that part of the country. Also, look at all the hints in the question. So, क्या क्या हो रहा है? Farmer का business is also continuing. So, look at what steps are involved in a farmer's business. Okay. And look at places where social distancing is a little difficult, and despite that, social distancing यहाँ पे maintain हो पा रहा है. Okay. And thirdly, this is a thing that works solely on trust. Okay, and so what are we? So I'm talking about a certain thing that involves humans generally, but in this part of the country, solely on the trust basis, it does not involve humans. Okay, that's a hint, and then we'll go to all four of you.
And what was the highway point?
Highway point was you see these things on the highway also. Like this, if you go from anywhere else in the world, you'll be very surprised to see these things in highway because ऐसा कहीं होता नहीं है और the practice which runs without humans. But not necessarily on the highway. It can be anywhere. But highway में इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ because tourists get very fascinated when they see it for the first time. That there is a part of the world where this is also possible. ये भी हो सकता है. Because we don't see this happening in our day-to-day life usually, unless you're from these districts.
So like the delivery of the material, like the delivery is made without human interaction, like a pre-decided quantity, and the money also is like based on that. Like there's no exchange of money. Like maybe there is some hisab that's taken.
Okay, I might come back to you. We'll go to Dev first. Dev?
Same thing. I mean, I don't know. Like the only other thing is blockchain. Use cryptocurrency, no clue. Pass.
Okay, Shivankit?
Is this something related to plugging the tea plant?
No. Sunny?
Okay. No.
No idea, bhai.
Okay. Basically, shops without keepers. This is a tradition in that part for a very, very long time. There are shops with no shopkeepers. People just go collect things and they pay whatever they feel like basis their trust. And,
Wow.
Obviously, COVID it has gained even more importance that there are shops with no shopkeepers. So no one got a point on this. Next question will be to Dev. Ghori and Dikshit were a comedy duo comprising Nazir Ahmed Ghori and Manohar Janardhan Dikshit. They were active in Indian cinema during the 1930s and 40s. The duo first starred together in the 1932 Jayan Desai directed talkie Char Chakram. They acted in several other films directed by Desai like Bhola Shikar, Do Badmash, Bhool
Laurel and
Bhulaiya.
Hardy.
Yeah, that is correct. Vishwa Mohini. They continued to act. What were they called? They were called Indian Dash and Dash. And Devaiah got it right. They were called the Indian Laurel and Hardy. Okay.
Okay.
10 points to Dev. Next question to Shivankit. Shivankit, this is a visual question. The image that you see on screen is the Delhi Darwaza or Delhi Gate at Shaniwar Wada in Pune. Each pane of the gate, if you see, has 72 sharp 12-inch steel spikes arranged in a 9x8 grid. What I want you to tell me is what was the primary reason behind such a design? Okay. So there's a big gate at Shaniwar Wada in Pune, Delhi Gate, and it's there in other places also, but most famously here. I want you to tell me what is the funda or what's the reason behind these sharp 12-inch steel arranged in a 9x8 grid on this gate.
I think so that elephants cannot break these gates because they break mostly from the head or upper part of their.
Beautiful crack once again.
Yeah.
क्या बात है?
10 points to Shivankit.
Fantastic.
These are to discourage elephants from charging at the gate. So they are in an optimum position where if the elephants charge, they can't charge at the gate and open it. Beautiful answer by Shivankit. Very, very good. Okay, next direct will be to Sunny. Sunny, on your screen is a newspaper called The Musalman. The Musalman is the oldest Urdu language daily newspaper published from Chennai in India. It is an evening paper with 4 pages. Now, this newspaper holds a unique record. Okay, very unique in the world. Okay, what unique record does this newspaper called The Musalman holds?
Is it not printed? Maybe that.
Can you elaborate? Can you explain it further? Not printed,
मतलब शायद print नहीं कर पाते ना तो शायद I don't know if I haven't seen Urdu का print यहाँ पे. Maybe it's written. Somebody writes it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. 10 points to Sunny. It is the only surviving handwritten paper in the world. Great answer. It is the only surviving handwritten paper in the world. The Musalman is a paper which is handwritten. Beautiful answer. For Sunny, 10 points there.
हाँ इसीलिए I think पेज कम थे 4 ही पेज में ज़्यादा लिखने का
मुझे वो टेक्स्ट दिख गया साइड में पेपर पे.
Oh,
Okay, next direct to Anirban. Anirban, in 1973, British archaeologist Mortimer Wheeler described the item, a particular item I'm talking about, as his favorite. Okay, so this is an archaeologist talking about an item and calls it uh, his favorite. She's about 15 years old, I should think, not more, but she stands there with bangles all the way up her arm and nothing else on. A girl perfectly, for the moment, perfectly confident of herself and the world. There's nothing like her, I think, in the world. Discovered by Ernest Mackay in 1926, it is held by the National Museum in New Delhi and the ownership is often disputed by Pakistan. It is 10.5 centimeters, roughly 4 inch tall, and depicts a naked young woman or girl with stylized proportions standing in a confident naturalistic pose. How do we know this item better? How do we know it better? What is being talked about?
This is from the Indus Valley.
Okay.
Like an Indus Valley. Like what are you
Looking for a very specific answer, ideally for the first round. Then we'll see if no one gets it. What is it called? Is what I'm looking for. I mean, basically, more. Give me something more specific than it is from Indus Valley, as specific as you can get.
Yeah, I don't know the name of what it's called. Just know some artifact from Indus Valley.
Okay, passing to Dev.
Is it the symbol of the Indian justice system?
No. Shivankit?
the first woman of Indian civilization.
No. Sunny?
Okay.
I think it's a sculptor, पर मुझे नाम नहीं पता है. कोई पेंट किया कार्व किया हुआ स्कल्पटर है वो टाइम का. I don't know the name.
Okay. We are looking at a very specific answer here. Like, I will give part points to Anirban because it has something to do with Indus Valley. So I'll take one more round. I'll try and guide you towards this. First of all, though, I need something way more specific than Indus Valley because Indus Valley is a very generic term. Okay, so please, if you can be little specific about where this artifact comes from. And secondly, in terms of name, I'm looking at a 2-word name. It's dash girl. Okay, so dash girl from dash. That's the answer I'm looking for. Dash girl from dash, or dash girl of dash. Okay, so let's see how much can you fill these blanks. Dash girl of dash. Starting with Anirban.
Mohenjo-daro girl.
Okay. Dash girl of Mohenjo-daro, and dash would be.
एक second. Dash girl of Mohenjo-daro. Is it in the question, like that word?
No.
Okay. That girl of Mohenjo-daro.
Okay, passing to Dev.
Pass.
Shivankit.
गाना याद आ रहा है, मोहनजोदाड़ो लड़की पर्वत की यारो. आई थिंक कुछ वैसा. मोहनजोदाड़ो. No idea. Pass.
Okay, Sunny.
Is it the dancing girl?
It is the dancing girl of Mohenjo-daro. Correct answer. So I'll give part points to Anirban for Indus Valley and Mohenjo-daro, and part points to Sunny for getting exactly dancing girl. So since dancing girl is the exact answer I was looking for, I'll give 4 to Sunny, and since Anirban got Mohenjo-daro and Mohenjo-daro, I'll give him 3. Okay. So 3 to Anirban and 4 for Sunny for the exact answer. Dancing girl is the answer I was looking for. Okay, since Sunny got bulk of the points on this, next direct will be to Anirban. Anirban, we are talking about a black bronze sculpture of 210 centimeters height installed on February 20th, 1980. It portrays Mother India in the form of a figure of a lady sheltering the young Republic of India, represented by the symbol of a child who is upholding the laws of land, symbolically shown in the form of an open book. Where is this sculpture seen? Talking about a sculpture, okay, black, it is black, and it's a bronze sculpture, around 200 meters, centimeters, portrays Mother India in form of a lady and who is sheltering young Republic of India, who is represented by a child, and upholding the laws of land, symbolically shown in the form of an open book. Where can you see this sculpture?
Parliament.
Not the Parliament House. Dev?
Supreme Court of India.
Yeah, perfect answer. Supreme Court of India. On the lawn of Supreme Court of India, your clues, laws, Republic of India, etc., etc. 10 points to Dev. It is Supreme Court of India. Next direct will be to Shivankit. From Supreme Court, we move to movies. I've given you 4 clues for a certain movie. The first clue is it's the first Bollywood film to be shot in Afghanistan. Second, it's the first attempt in India to localize The Godfather. Third, released in 1975, it was one of the biggest years in general in the history of Bollywood, with Sholay and Diwar that also came in 1975. This movie also came in 1975. The title music of the movie was sampled from Simon and Garfunkel's song called El Kondar Pasa. Years later, fun fact, Anu Malik also got inspired on the same song and did the song Tare Hain Barati from Virasat. Okay, but I am looking at a 1975 blockbuster movie, which was the first Bollywood film shot in Afghanistan and also the first attempt in India to localize The Godfather. What movie are we talking
about? Pass.
Okay, Sunny?
अमिताभ बच्चन है क्या इसमें?
नहीं लिखा है ऐसा कुछ.
मुझे पता नहीं. खुदा गवाह लग रही है, बट आई डोंट नो. खुदा गवाह मुझे याद नहीं.
खुदा गवाह तो बहुत लेट आई थी,
है ना? वही डाउट था मुझे. 80s में थी ना?
91.
हाँ, खुदा गवाह तो अमित जी के डाउनफॉल के जस्ट पहले.
अनिर्बान?
पास.
Devaiah?
Pass.
Okay, I'll give a clue and take one round starting with Shivankit. Your clue is Firoz Khan. Okay, think Firoz Khan.
Dharmatma.
Yeah, perfect answer. It is Dharmatma. 5 points to Shivankit. This is Dharmatma. क्या खूब लगती हो, बड़ी सुंदर लगती हो, and all that.
अफगानिस्तान बोलते ही मुझे बच्चन साहब दिख गए.
हाँ, of course. Is Hema Malini, Premnath, Danny, Firoz Khan. Okay.
Good one.
Yeah, good answer, Shivankit. 5 points there. Which brings us to the end of the first half. Let's quickly take a look at the score. Anirban is on 3, courtesy Mohenjo-daro. Devaiah is on 20, courtesy Lauren Hardy and Supreme Court of India. Shivankit is on 25, 10 for Natwarlal, 10 for Discourage Elephants, and 5 for Dharmatma. So 25 there. Sunny got 2 for Majuli, 10 each for 2 great answers, Nagaland and The Musalman, the only handwritten newspaper in the world, and 4 points for Dancing Girl of Mohenjo-daro. So Sunny is on 26. Okay. So after first half, Sunny is leading with 26. Right behind is Shivankit with 25. Right behind them is Devaiah with 20. And Anirban trailing behind with 3. But entire half of the quiz is left. And difference is only 1 or 2 questions here and there. So again, all the best to all of you for second half. Now the order will reverse. We are doing reverse infi-bounds. So we'll start with Sunny, Shivankit, Dev, Anirban. Okay. So this is Sunny's direct. We are talking about a Bengali play, which you can see on the screen, called Neel Darpan. It was written by Dinabandhu Mitra in 1858-59. This play is very important because it was essential to the development of theatre in Bengal and influenced Girish Chandra Ghosh, who in 1872 would establish the famous National Theatre in Calcutta. where the first play ever commercially staged was actually Neel Darpan. Okay. All I want you guys to tell me is what is the subject matter of this play? What is Neel Darpan all about?
Neel Darpan.
Hmm.
Uh, Neel Darpan. Don't know exactly, but नील से शिव जी का कनेक्ट होता है. दर्पण मतलब नील दर्पण. एक सेकंड. दीन बंधु दिनोपाध्याय मित्रा 1958-59. Also essential through the development of theatre in Bengal. Please Chandra Ghosh. 1872. 1872 मतलब हम लोग कैद में थे. नेशनल थिएटर इन कोलकाता. Commercially staged. Freedom? I don't know. Was it for freedom?
Freedom will be very generic. I'm looking for something very specific.
This first play ever commercially staged. I don't know. Pass.
Okay, passing to Shivankit then.
First play which showcased the Indian Revolution 1857 ka.
The 18
showcase
War of Independence.
Revolt. It was related to 1857 revolt.
Good guess, but not 1857 revolt. Dev?
That was my answer. Is this the? Is it like? What's the term? Is it like the first? Is a play on Mangal Pandey?
Not Mangal Pandey. Anirban?
Yeah, is it like a play that like imagines independent India without the British rule?
No. Okay, we'll take another round with 5 points. So obviously, अंग्रेजों के ज़माने का play है तो freedom, revolt, etc. is a good track to take. Okay, but I'm looking for a specific answer. The one hint that I'll give all of you is that Neel is your biggest clue. Okay, Neel Darpan. Neel is your biggest clue, and also it is set in Bengal. So from that route, let's see if one of you can get close to the answer.
Neel is the hint you're saying, and Bengal.
It's the biggest hint according to me. And of
Is
course,
it to do with some color? मतलब I don't know. The subject color.
can you be more specific? Subject color तो बहुत generic हो गया.
नील है तो I thought color को लेके कुछ हो सकता है. It could be color, race, creed. I don't know.
अच्छा ठीक है. शिवांकित.
नील दर्पण मतलब नीला कुछ दिख रहा है. I think it might be a sky or water or Ganga, related to Ganga. Is it related to Bengal partition?
Not the partition. Dev.
Okay.
Is it about play about water conservation?
No. Anirban.
No idea.
Okay, closing this. The answer is Indigo Revolt of Bengal. Neel Darpan. Neel is
color. I forgot completely.
Indigo Revolt happened in Bengal in 1859, and one of the most important events in Bengal's history. And this play is obviously one of the most important plays there. Okay, none of you got any points on this.
I think one of the comedian also did the Indigo Revolt, I suppose.
Nice. This was Sunny Bhai's direct, so this next question will be Shivankit's. Shivankit, I'm talking about food now. As per the legend, a local lord of the district, Nawab Sayyid Muhammad Haider Kazmi, arranged a party for one of his British accomplices during the mango season. The Nawab served the best of Awadhi cuisine for his foreign friends, including the very popular Sikh kebabs. His lavish khatirdari took a major setback when a British official made a mean remark about the coarse and chewy texture of the Sikh kebabs. The very next day, the offended Nawab asked his Rakabdar and Khansamas to design a tender version of those kebabs. The cook spent many days and nights in the royal kitchen to create a more refined variant of the kebabs, and they came up with what we are now popularly known as the dash kebabs. What are we talking about?
Kakori.
Yeah, the district is Kakori. It's Nawab of Kakori and hence Kakori kebab. Great answer. 10 points to Shivankit. Beautiful answer. Shivankit gets Kakori kebabs. Next direct will be to Dev. Dev, what you see in the slide is suggested as an ancestor of the violin. Its sound box may be a gourd, a halved coconut shell, or hollowed out cylinder of wood with a membrane of stretched goat or other hide. According to legend, Dash used the instrument in his devotions to the Hindu god Shiva. Thus, it is named after him. What is the instrument called?
Pass.
Okay, Anirban?
Pass.
बावल बावल तो नहीं
नहीं, not bowl. Shivankit?
बॉल
Is it Mahesh?
Mahesh?
जी.
नहीं, Mahesh तो शिव ही हो गए. We'll start with Dev once again. Make it a 5-point question. So this is named after. Now I only want named after because no point getting the instrument. Named after one of the biggest disciples of Shiva in our mythology. Okay. Also not really known for his musical talent as such, known for many other things, but music was a side talent that he had, and supposedly he inspired uh, yeah, this instrument and also like violin and everything else.
Pass.
Okay, Anirban.
Pass.
Hey, Sunny.
शिवा का भक्त
Mm-hmm.
So we have to name that person, right?
हाँ.
हनुमान
No, Shivankit.
ये डिसाइपल की मीनिंग क्या होती है एग्जैक्टली मुझे समझाएंगे?
भक्त.
भक्त. ओके. सबसे बड़ा भक्त तो रावण ही था, बट आई थिंक इज इट नंदी?
What's your final guess?
नंदी.
Okay.
No.
I wish you went with Ravan because the answer is Ravan Nata. Everyone in the
मैं अगर सिर्फ रावण बोलता तो चलता क्या? 5 पॉइंट मिल जाते.
हाँ, 5. सेकेंड राउंड में तो मैं सिर्फ डिसाइपल ही पूछ रहा था. सिर्फ रावण पे 5 मिल जाते.
अरे यार कितना बड़ा बेवकूफ हूँ मैं.
रावण था.
इसलिए मैंने आपको
हनुमान का
दोबारा पूछा. व्हाट्स योर फाइनल आंसर?
मैंने ज्यादा दिमाग लगा लिया.
Okay, no one gets any points on this. This was Devaiah's direct, right?
Yeah.
So this will be Anirban's direct. Anirban, the Mundaka Upanishad is an ancient Sanskrit Vedic text embedded inside Atharvaved. It is a Mukhya Upanishad, which means it's one of the primary Upanishads, and is listed as number 5 of 108 Upanishads of Hinduism. Among other things, the Upanishad talks about freedom, fearlessness, complete liberation, truth, self-sufficiency, and bliss. Now, but after all that, what I'm asking you is a popular phrase which appears in the mantra shown below. So this mantra is from Mundaka Upanishad. Dash nanritam satyen pantha vichito devyana yena kramantrisyo yapt kama yatra tatra satyasya paramam nidhanam. I want you to tell me the first 2 blanks, the 2 words that I've removed from the mantra.
मैन लाइक ये इंडिया क्विज का स्कोर देख के मुझे लग रहा है मैं पाकिस्तानी है. कुछ आ ही नहीं रहा. पास.
Okay, Sunny.
मुझे तो वो याद आ रहा है. यदा आई डोंट नो.
Okay, passing to Shivang.
आई थिंक एक वर्ड तो सत्यम लग रहा है मुझे. इज इट सत्यम? दो वर्ड है ना आप कह रहे हैं? सत्यम तो एक है, दूसरा आई डोंट नो. इज इट सत्यम? वन वर्ड इज सत्यम, व्हिच आई थिंक.
Can't give you for Satyam. I'm going to Dev.
Pass.
Okay, second round for 5 points. Hint is Amir Khan.
Amir Khan. One word is Mangal. Pandey is not little un-Sanskrit. No idea, man.
Okay, Sunny.
सत्यमेव जयते.
Satyameva Jayate. Of course, Satyameva Jayate. Satyameva Jayate is correct. Satyameva
But
Jayate.
dude, Satyameva Jayate, I thought in the first round only, and then I thought Satyameva Jayate तो नहीं होगा इधर.
लेकिन आमिर खान आया तो पक्का हो गया.
अरे यार.
So will I get any point, Kumar?
Nah.
No. यार सत्य तो था.
तो इसमें ऑलरेडी सत्यम सत्यस्य परमम निदानम.
ऐसे शिवांकी 2.5 तेरे हैं मेरे से, मन में मान लेना मेरी तरफ से.
सत्यमेव नहीं जयते पे मैंने नेगेटिव आपके लिए. सत्यम तक पहुंच के आपने सत्यमेव जयते नहीं बोला तो मुझे और गुस्सा है.
अरे यार मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, रावण बोल के नंदी बोल रहा हूँ.
रावण बोल के नहीं बोला, सत्यमेव जयते नहीं बोला.
आई एम लूजिंग. मैं प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड में तो लूज ही कर रहा हूँ, बाकी नहीं पता.
कोई नहीं. Okay, next direct, since Sunny got 5 on this, next direct will be again Shivankit. A crystograph is a device for measuring the growth of plants. The original crystograph uses a series of clockwork gears and a smoked glass plate to record the movement of the tip of a plant or its roots. It was able to record at magnifications of up to 10,000 times through the use of 2 different levers. Which Indian scientist invented this? Someone with massive contribution in science otherwise also apart from this.
Science contribution. C.V. Raman?
No, passing to Dev.
Jagdish Chandra Bose.
Yeah, beautiful answer. It is Jagdish Chandra Bose. 10 points to Dev. Jagdish Chandra Bose with his contribution in different fields of science, including microwave, etc., etc. And of course, this was also one of his plant science. He has contributed a lot, including creating the first ever crystograph. 10 points to Dev, which means I go to Anirban now for a direct question. Anirban, these structures, the image that you see on screen, were introduced by the 16th century Pashtun ruler Sher Shah Suri. They were erected along royal routes from Agra to Ajmer, Agra to Lahore, from Agra to Mandu in the south. They were described as a marvel of India by early European travelers to India, such as Sir Thomas Roe, and they have been labeled as an integral part of India's national communication system by Archaeological Survey of India. Now comes the real question. Used as distance markers and named after an ancient Indian unit of distance, what are these structures called?
No idea, pass.
Okay, passing to Sunny.
एंशिएंट इंडियन यूनिट है लाइट ईयर अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, उसके रेफरेंस पे है बेसिकली, बट मुझे इसका नाम नहीं पता.
ओके, पासिंग टू शिवांकित.
अब इसका फर्स्ट वर्ड ही करना है. मीनार तो है ये कोई. मीनार, सम मीनार.
लाइट मीनार.
द छोटा भाई ऑफ, बहुत छोटा भाई ऑफ कुतुब मीनार लुकिंग लाइक, एंड थोड़ा ऑफेंसिव भी है ऊपर से. शेरशाह सूरी, इसने वही हाईवे बनवाया था ना इसने, ग्रैंड ट्रंक रोड वगैरह, उससे कुछ कनेक्शन है क्या? शेरशाह सूरी द आर्किटेक्ट. क्या मीनार हो सकता है? 1 किलोमीटर में आपने
Okay, Shivankit.
No idea. No pass. मीनार है कोई first word I know.
Okay. Dev?
Gumta?
No. Okay, we'll take quick round with Anirban. I'm giving part points to Shivankit for Minar. It is dash Minar. Now all we need to fill is that dash, which is the ancient Indian unit of distance. Clue for that is that distance is approximately 2 miles, like approximately 3 kilometers को एंशियंट इंडिया में और अभी भी हिंदी में एट सम लेवल वो वर्ड यूज करते हैं फॉर अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ अराउंड 3 miles. Sorry, distance of around 3 kilometers, so around 2 miles.
3 kilometer.
Pass.
Okay, passing to Sunny.
Mile to 3 kilometer. वो यूनिट अब यूज नहीं होता क्या?
मतलब स्टैंडर्ड तो किलोमीटर वगैरह ही यूज होता है, बट ऐसा कोलोकियली या पुराने जमाने में तो जरूर यूज करते थे.
नहीं समझ में आ रहा मुझे. पास.
Passing to Shivankit.
Is it तिमाही मीनार?
No. ये शिवांकित आपका डायरेक्ट था क्या? नहीं, सॉरी. देव, was it your direct? No, Dev, your direct. It was Anirban's direct.
Anirban's direct.
Yeah, my direct.
Dev?
Pass, man.
It is Coast Minar. I want to give some points to Shivankit for bringing Minar in the picture at least. So I'm giving 2 points to Shivankit for Minar. And yeah, that's it, which means next direct will be to Dev. Devaiah in 1719, he was an attendee to a noisy discussion in the court of Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah on how to make astronomical calculations to determine an auspicious date when the emperor could start a journey. This discussion led him to think that the nation needed to be educated on this subject as the ground knowledge was poor. Even in the midst of local wars, he found the time to study, and relying primarily on Indian astronomy, these were used to accurately predict eclipses and other astronomical events. I want 2 things from you. One, who is this guy? And second, what did he do finally after all this? 7, 3 is point distribution. Let me just revise the hints. The noisy discussion in an Mughal emperor court in 1719, and the discussion was about how to make astronomical calculation to decide when the emperor should go for a journey. Okay, कौन से शुभ दिन पे उनको जाना चाहिए, वो discussion में लगे हुए थे लोग. This guy in that court realized that इस country में थोड़ा ground knowledge of astronomy is weak, so I should do something about it. So he did something. Despite wars going on, whatever, he found time to study and studied Indian astronomy and created something that were used to accurately predict eclipses and other astronomical events. What did he do, or who was he?
Okay, I'll try to guess the name. First, is it Aryabhatta?
No. And
No.
what?
Okay. Whoever this person is, did they finally make the logarithmic table?
No. Going to Anirban?
Hindu calendar.
No. Passing to Sunny. Any guesses on who was he? Sorry, Anirban?
No.
Okay, passing to Sunny.
I also thought what Dev was saying. वही guess होता मेरा, पता नहीं मुझे. But I'll try guessing what he finally. No, pass.
Okay, Shivankit.
The thing he did, I think he made Jantar Mantar.
Beautiful answer. He built Jantar Mantar. And
Savai Jai Singh.
Yeah. I'll give it to you. Beautiful answer. Probably one of my favorite answers so far in the quiz. 10 points to Shivankit. It is Savai Jai Singh II, and he went on to build Jantar Mantar at Delhi, Mathura, Banaras, Ujjain, and Jaipur. And Jantar Mantars were used to predict astronomical things, and one of the landmarks in Indian history in terms of astronomy. Beautiful answer. 10 points. 10 full points to Shivankit.
Good one.
Okay, going to Dev now. Last few questions. Dev, in March 1977, a unified opposition led by Jayaprakash Narayan organized public meetings in Delhi to protest the policies of Indira Gandhi's government. To discourage people from attending these rallies, the government used a very clever and unconventional trick. What did the government do?
They imposed the emergency.
Anirban?
Like they made false weather forecasts.
Sunny.
From false weather forecast, we go to sunny.
um,
I think the answer is lockdown.
fake news.
Invented WhatsApp.
No idea.
Okay, Shivankit.
Article 144.
No. Okay, we'll go one more round. I'm just laughing because sometimes, when you make a question, and anyone who has ever made a question, you feel, yaar, ye bahut easy question dal raha hu. And then just to counter that, I do lot of mock runs and dry runs with my old quiz group, etc. This is one such question which literally everyone has answered. Like,
Oh,
everyone
shit.
has ever asked. So I was like, I didn't add anything. I was like, oh man, so surprised that it's going to second round. Okay, no stress. Okay, we'll make it 5-point question and go once more, starting with Dev. So they did something. So obviously we know it's something clever and unconventional. It can't be anything traditional. Okay. They did something on. They use Doordarshan. Okay, that's a clue. They use Doordarshan, and so your guess would be, what did they do using Doordarshan? How they use Doordarshan to counter. So you see, what is happening is the opposition and everyone is organizing rallies to discourage people from attending these rallies. The Indira Gandhi government used Doordarshan in some way. What did they do? Which was very clever and unconventional.
Did they play Sholay for the first time?
Okay, good guess. They played Sholay for the first time. Anirban?
What? Oh, not right.
They played Bobby.
They played Bobby, that is correct. They asked
Oh,
Doordarshan to telecast Bobby, okay, and which was a very unconventional approach towards discouraging people to go for rallies. They asked Doordarshan to.
Oh, but ऐसा क्या था बॉबी में कि अच्छा हम तुम्हें कमरे में बंद हो तो आप लोग बंद हो जाइए, रैली में जाइए, ऐसा कुछ?
भाई हिट फिल्म थी, लोग देख रहे थे.
बॉबी
Oh.
इतनी बड़ी हिट थी, और उस टाइम पे कहाँ 1-2 साल पुरानी फिल्में टीवी पे आती थी.
अच्छा, मुझे लगा कि वो गाना था, हम तुम्हें कमरे में बंद हो तो बंद हो जाओ रैली.
And there was a famous newspaper headline where Babu Jagjeevan Ram की रैली में actually बहुत लोग गए. So headline said Babu over Bobby because people
अरे बाप रे.
Babu over Bobby. Okay, 5 points to Anirban, and I go to Sunny by now. Indian Railways is the proud owner of 4 UNESCO accorded World Heritage Sites. 3 of them are Darjeeling Himalayan Railway, Nilgiri Mountain Railway, and Kalka Shimla Railway. Which is the 4th UNESCO World Heritage Site that Indian Railway owns?
Darjeeling Himalayan Railway, Nilgiri, Kalka Shimla Railway, Konkan?
Not the Konkan Railway. Shivankit?
Oh, मेरा भी यही गेस था. Shit. अब नया सोचना पड़ेगा. दार्जिलिंग, हिमालय, ऊटी.
नहीं, ऊटी उसमें आ गया, नीलगिरी रेलवे से. देव?
Oh, shit. हाँ.
भैया?
No, the Agra Railway.
Anirban?
It's circular railway.
No, passing again, making it a 5-point question, starting with Sunny. So this is the railway station that we are talking about. Okay? Think of a railway station.
Railway station. CST?
Yeah, absolutely correct. 5 points to Shivankit.
Sunny.
मुझे लगा बम्बई बच गए.
Sunny get 5 points. I think with those 5 points. No. Okay. Too early to call this quiz. Sunny gets 5 points for Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, which is a World Heritage Site owned by Indian Railway, Central Railway. Last question of the quiz, direct to Shivankit. X came to India with the British Army after the end of First World War. Indian soldiers of British Indian Army brought it back with them as dietary supplement. Punjab, Bengal, and Madras presidencies became early adopters of X, and many well-to-do Indians took to drinking X as a family drink in early 1940s and 50s. It became a sort of status symbol in upper middle class Indians and rich classes. The first flavor available in India was malt. India is the largest market for X. So this is not an Indian brand, just clarifying for everyone, but a brand popular in India. Okay. India is the largest market for X. The Indian formulation of X is slightly different than in most other countries, as here it is manufactured from buffalo milk rather than cow's milk. In 2010, X accounted for 85% of the revenue of GlaxoSmithKline in India. It is currently the most widely consumed packaged beverage in India after bottled water. But this is not, if you see the quiz question, this is, don't think of bottled water and beverages like in terms of liquid product. Okay, it is packed, consumed as beverage, but not necessarily a liquid product, not sold as a liquid product. Starting with Shivankit.
Is it Amul butter?
No. Dev?
One of the two. Okay, let's take this. Horlicks.
Beautiful answer. It is Horlicks.
क्या बात है?
Horlicks is correct. Horlicks, a household name in India, although a foreign brand, but it is
Classic malt.
in India. First flavor was malt. Abhi to बहुत सारे flavors. And brought to India after the World War, where a lot of Indian soldiers got it here. And yeah, one of the most popular packaged beverage in India after bottled water. Okay, we end the first semi-final. Very great standard of quizzing. There was a lot of great answers from Nagaland with Sunny Bhai. I think the series of great answers started because I didn't expect. इतना मैंने जो बोला ना इतना सारा मॉक ड्राई रन कर दो तो एक आइडिया लग जाता है कौन सा क्वेश्चन में कितना टाइम लगेगा एंड ऑल दैट बट नागालैंड एंड कैलीग्राफी वाले आंसर्स वर ग्रेट एंड सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया you know Jagdish Chandra Bose, Savai Jayasingh Jantar Mantar I think was my favorite answer of the quiz. Horlicks again very underrated but good answer Devaiah. Okay, let's look at the score in second half. Anirban in the first half had 3 points. He got 5 more for Bobby. So he got Anirban has a total of 8 points.
It's a tribute to Steven Gerrard.
Okay, Dev had 20 after the first half. He got Horlicks and Jagdish Chandra Bose in the second half. So 20 more in second half. Devaiah Bopanna ends on 40 points. Shivankit, what a wonderful Goran Ivanisevic story is happening. Shivankit, wildcard entrant, 25 in the first half, and also got, despite losing points on Ravan and Satyamev Jayate, he still managed to get 10 for Kakori Kebab, 2 points for Post Minar, and 20 for Savai Jayasingh, who built Jantar Mantar. So 22 in the second half. Shivankit ends on 47. Sunny, of course, was insanely good in the first half with 26 points. He got 5 more for Dancing Girl of Mohenjo-daro and 5 more for CST Mumbai. So he gets 10 more and ends on 36 points. Wow. So wonderful semi-final. Massive thanks to Anirban, of course, for being a constant figure in Quizzing with the Comedians. Had a bad work day, let's all admit.
Yes.
I am personally
Anirban, it's still better than me getting 0, so don't.
I am personally disappointed by how badly Anirban.
No, I am just. I know how KV is like internally boiling. Okay, so I was thinking, what should be my chat with him after this?
But no, everyone has an off day. This was your off day. And of course, massive shout out to Sunny Hinduja, his debut, one of the best debuts and one of the greatest performances in Quizzing. And thank you so much for taking out time when you are with your folks, when you're far in Dubai. For us. With that, we come to the 2 finalists from this edition, the runner-up of first semi-final, Devaiah Bopanna. Congratulations.
Last question, I think. That saved me.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Parents always said Horlicks ek din to kaam aayega. And of course, what a wonderful underdog story, Shivankit, who first did not qualify.
Thank you so much for Gopalji for not being there.
Gopal Dutt.
ये श्रेय पूरा गोपाल जी को जाता है.
And congratulations to Shivankit, who is the winner of first semi-final, and he qualifies for the final.
Great. Thanks.